Hi there everyone, Richard Rice here. It's Open Championship week and I thought that today we could discuss some takeaways that you could take, some learning opportunities that you can take away from watching the Open Championship this weekend. Namely options, and it's options that we over here in the US we tend to overlook in certain situations, and I want you to make sure that you always consider your options on shots like this. Now I've got 100 yards to the hole here. And you're going to see on TV this weekend, you're going to see players play this shot many different ways. They might take out a mid-iron and run it up to the hole. They might take a high lofted wedge if the wind is down, fly it high and land it and stop it close to the hole. Or you might see, if there's a little bit of wind, you might see them take a low wedge and flight a low wedge in there, get it to skip forward and come to a halt. So let's talk about all three of those shots and how to execute them. First, we're going to hit the really low one. So again, I'm 100 yards here. The first thing I'm going to do is pull a mid-iron out of my bag. For me, I'm going to pull an 8-iron out. I hit that club about 165, 170. So from 100 yards here, I'm just not going to apply enough speed to get this ball really high in the air. Now I'm going to move my ball position back slightly, just to help me keep that ball low. And what I want you to understand about flighting a ball is it's a combination of loft, speed, and angle of attack that create your ball's trajectory. So speed can create height. We've taken speed out of the equation. Loft can create height. We've taken loft out of the equation. Now angle of attack, what does that mean? That's how steeply down or how much we sweep a ball. So the more down you hit on a ball, the lower it's going to launch, and that's going to help us get this ball down on the ground, get it rolling out to the hole. So when I move the ball back in my stance, we're going to move it back about a ball, so not a whole ton. I'm going to put some weight on my front foot to help me swing more steeply down into this ball and help me de-loft this club, get this ball coming out low and roll into the hole. So that shot's going to look like this. Again, we've moved the ball about one ball length back in our stance. I'm going to plant some weight on the front foot, and I'm going to try to keep it there through the swing. From here, I'm not going to change much because I'm applying so little speed to the shot. The ball should come out low and start rolling. Cool. So missed the green by a hair there. That's actually a pretty easy chip from that location. Let's try that one more time, see if we can't get that running up to the front of the green. Just got to put a little more oomph into this one. Ball back, a ball position, weight forward. Let's get this ball running up to the hole. Awesome. Trickled on the front of the green. Probably have a 15-foot putt. So that's one way to play this shot. Consider your options. Again, if you're a player that struggles to hit wedge shots cleanly, think about this option. It's a really simple option. It took me 2 tries just to get one on the front of the green, and we're looking at a simple birdie putt there. All right. Okay, so second option is the low flighted wedge. Now, keep in mind, we want to flight this low quite a bit, especially in the Open Championship when it's windy. Get that ball out of the elements quickly, keep it low, get it on the ground. I think you'll have more control over distance that way. So how do we hit this shot with the wedge? Now let's go back to our angle of attack discussion. We want to hit down on the ball with less loft. So what I'm going to be trying to do at impact here is getting the hands ahead, but I'm also going to be trying to have all my weight forward, so I'm hitting more down on the ball. If I have any weight on the back foot, it's more of a sweeping or scooping action. So let's make sure all your weight's on the front foot. You're de-lofting the club. That's going to really help you hit down on it. So we're going to play this ball slightly back in the stance. That's also going to promote a downwards blow. And you might see in this situation a big divot and a sort of sawed-off finish. All of those things are going to help me hit this ball low. So ball back in the stance. Weight forward. And I'm going to try to flight this wedge in there low. That's looking pretty good. All right. I hit that about, looks like another 15 feet past the hole. Really good shot, happy with that. Try that technique, I promise you it's gonna help. So the third shot and the third option here is the high lofted wedge shot. You know, to this front pin location makes a lot of sense to try to hit that shot. We are a bit into the wind here, but I'm 100 yards. If I'm going to hit it high, it's going to take everything out of my sand wedge. But let's talk about the technique to physically hit it high. Number one, we talked about hitting it low requires a steeper angle of attack, the ball back in the stance. So we want just the opposite of that. We want a more shallow angle of attack to help bring the launch up. We want the ball more forward in the stance. So we also want to produce a little bit more loft on the shot, and that forward ball position will increase the launch angle and help us add loft to the shot. From there, with sand wedge in my hand, I don't really have to change much. The ball's going to fly nice and high. I'm swinging almost full speed here, so this ball should launch nice and high, should have no issue stopping this thing on the green. So again, ball position, I'm playing slightly forward. We're talking one ball forward of center. The rest is pretty much normal. So we're going to put that ball just a hair forward in the stance. I'm going to make a nice aggressive swing. The added speed will get this ball up in the air, and that's going to look like this. Cool, and we've hit that to 10 feet or so. So again, I think the lesson here is consider your options, practice them all, and then pick what fits your game best. Just because you see somebody on TV hitting a high lofted wedge shot that spins back and stops 3 feet from the hole doesn't mean that that's the right shot for you. So pick the right shot for you, practice that shot, and bring it out to the course. Promise you your scores will start to come down. So enjoy that tip. Thank you, and we will see you next time.